Hello, and welcome to Healing 101. I'm super excited to be with you today. My name is DrMonifa Jones. I'm a master's level life coach. I have been in mental health for over 25 years, and I'm here today to share with you our platform on how we heal together live. I'm always super excited to come and share this journey with you. Sometimes it has ups, sometimes it has downs, it has ins, it has outs and all arounds, but guess what? We still here. So let's get excited about that. So we are talking about the keys to loving ourselves, and I gotta tell you guys, I am definitely offering a 15-day challenge for you to be, make your health a priority. It includes my detox tea, get excited. It cleans all that gunk out of your body. It also includes my liquid multivitamin, get excited, to give you all your vitamins and minerals, 148 to be exact. And if you take a tablespoon in the morning, it's just like eating 10 salads. The nutrients of 10 salads. That's exciting. And then this is my absolute favorite, can't live without it, my NRG, which is my natural raw energy. I need an energy booster. It helps me with mental clarity and concentration. It's also an appetite suppressant, which I really, really, really need. And in addition to that, one capsule burns 300 to 600 calories. What girl don't like a capsule that burns 300 to 600 calories? Get excited about that, mom. So guys, we are still talking about the keys to self-love. And so we actually started off this week, we were talking about affirmations. And see, a lot of the times I feel that we get too technical with things and we don't keep things simple. And in order for us, well, for me, let me tell you what works for me. Simple works for me. That's why I was able to lose weight through my 15-day kit, because it was simple. I got up in the morning, I took my liquid multivitamin, took a little shot of that, I put my NRG in it, boom, I took that, I'm done for the whole entire day. I drink my water, and then I drink my detox tea at night. When I wake up the next day, I have an amazing movement. That's simple for me. Keep it simple. It works for me. It helps me to stay consistent. So let's talk about the keys to self-love. Now let's also talk about our affirmations. Simplicity is good, right? Because when we overcomplicate things, it makes us feel confused. It makes us feel like we're struggling. And for me, it makes it feel like it's out of reach. So what we definitely want to do on our keys to self-love is to keep it as simple as possible. We don't want to overcomplicate it. We don't want to make it feel out of our reach. We don't want to make it feel like something that we can't even accomplish, because what's going to happen is, like for me, when I was like on the Atkins diet and you could never, ever, ever eat potatoes again, and I love potatoes, right? Or when I was on a keto diet, or when I was on a Jenny Craig or the Weight Watchers, I wasn't able to keep it up long term because it wasn't simple. But now that I understand self-maintenance, self-care, self-love, self-healing is very, very important to me, that I make sure I keep things very simple, mom. It just works for me. When things are overcomplicated, I tend to just stay away from it. I tend to abort the plan. When it becomes too complicated, I got to count a whole bunch of stuff. I got to add a whole bunch of stuff. I got to be accountable for a whole bunch of stuff. I just can't stick with it. So let's talk about affirmations. So we said before that our affirmations are not just the things that we go in the mirror and talk to ourselves. It's just not the beautiful things that we write down in our journal. But our affirmations are what we think about ourselves. That's what we think about when we're by ourselves, what we think about when somebody makes a remark and we be like, oh, I couldn't fit that. Or, oh, I'm too big. Or, oh, I'm not that pretty as she is. Oh, I don't have as small as waist as she does. Oh. We're always comparing ourselves and overcomplicating things. Now, we said with affirmations that we have to be careful, because the true affirmations that we speak, Cheryl, are the ones that we have in our head in between our two ears. Those are the true affirmations. Those are the true affirmations. I love that we speak life over ourselves. I love that we say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise. I love that. But I also understand the power of the subconscious mind. And I also understand, Alicia, that we have to be so intentional about every single thing that we say to ourselves, little sis. We have to be so careful. I'm talking about we have to police our own thoughts, because every single day Psychologists state that we think 60,000 thoughts every single day, and we make 10,000 decisions every single day. That is a lot to police. But one thing I've determined is that I am going to be intentional about my thought life. And all of the things that I just let slide, all of the things that I just let go over my head, all of the things that I just be like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I'm not small enough, or oh, I'm not pretty enough, or oh, I'm not. That's right, Alicia. All of those things, guess what I decided, Mom? Guess what I decided, Cheryl? I'm not letting it slide no more. When I tell myself I'm not beautiful, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough. I know, look, when you love everything you have everything you need. You better know it. The reason why you don't think you have enough is because you're comparing yourself to somebody else. If you have the thought mind, if you have enough sanity to think you don't have enough, I promise you have enough. Because there's somebody out there that can't think for themselves. When you think you don't have enough shoes, I promise you there's somebody out there that don't have feet. That's right, no more stinking thinking. When you don't think you have a plethora of something, I promise you there's somebody out there that doesn't even have 50% of what you have. So we have to take command of our thought life. And we have to make a decision. Like, this is a whole nother level, guys. Everybody talks about affirmations. Everybody talks about thinking positive, speaking positive. But what about the 99% of the thoughts that we have that are negative? What about the 95%, the other part of the day? That's right. We only compare ourselves to who we see in the mirror and nothing else. My job today is to be better than I was yesterday. Not you, me. To be a better me today than I was yesterday. So let me tell you what my job is now. I have to be careful. I can't just speak anything. I'm too important. Alicia, you're a big deal. You are way too important to let any negative thinking come through your mind. Mom, Cheryl, we are way too important to let those little things slide. When somebody gives you a compliment, you're like, oh, that old dress. Oh, I need to be small. Oh, I done gotten bigger. Oh, do you see this pimple? Oh, do you see my rolls? Or do you see my back fat? Or do you see my... Ain't nobody said that. We gave you a compliment. So what we do is we overcomplicate our lives. Now, this is a job. This is a hard job. This is a hard job. This is a hard job, but I want you to do it because you are worth it. If you start applying yourself to doing this, eventually you're going to get so good at it that your brain is going to block all of the negative thinking, Alicia. It's going to block it all. So what I would like for you to do is to be very intentional about your thoughts. Be very intentional, your behaviors, your actions, the things that you're used to doing, the things that you're used to saying. I want you to kind of police that. And I don't want you to be so used to life as it normally is. We're so used to being broke that when people start talking about money, we automatically count ourselves out. My team had a trip to Miami. I promise you 90% said, I ain't got no money. I can't catch a flight. But yet we have a business opportunity at our hands. I promise you that our mindset totally knocks us out of 90% of the opportunities that we can have, because whether we believe we can or we cannot, either way, we're right. So we believe that we can. Guess what, Alicia? We're right. And Mom, if we believe that we can't, guess what? We're right. And we just don't even try. So what we want to do and take it, look, we 2023 starts now. We're not waiting for January to live our best life. We're not waiting for January to be a better person, to seek our highest best. We're not waiting for January, Tianve. We're doing it now. We're not waiting. We're not waiting, right? So what we're going to do is, so let me tell you what happens. A lot of times we make a goal that we feel like it supersedes us. a lot of times we make a goal and we put it on a pedestal, right? We make our goal up on a pedestal. We make it so important. We almost make it so out of reach. It's almost like we sabotage ourselves. We say, I want to be this ranked by this date. I want to have $1 million in the bank by this date. I want my man, my knight on shining armor to come galloping into my life by this date. I have to have a ring on my finger by Valentine's Day. We start getting these goals in our mind, these lifestyles that we want to live, and we start putting it on a pedestal like it's out of our reach. But I want you to know the same vibration that you have with your goals is the same vibration that's going to bring it to you. So if you believe that it's out of your reach, it will stay out of your reach. Please listen to me. You are so powerful. We don't understand that our subconscious mind produces in our life a movie of what we think we deserve. Our subconscious mind just throws it up against the wall. It's like a magnet, and it shows us our lives through our relationships, through our bank accounts, through our job, through our businesses. It shows us what we are thinking on the inside. That's why it's so important that solitude is our superpower. Because the moment we slip away and we magnify what's in here, then we magnify what's on the outside. I hope y'all hear me. If your goal is to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 20 pounds, I don't care if it's 5 pounds. If you feel like it's on a pedestal, if you feel like it's so important, if you feel like it's so out of reach that you can never attain it, your subconscious mind will do that. You will never attain it. I hope y'all hearing me. I hope y'all writing this down. I hope y'all taking this in. Because you can manifest 75% of the things that you thought were out of your reach by this one strategy. Stop making it a goal that is so far ahead on a pedestal that you say it, but you really don't believe it. But what's going to happen is your belief is going to take over, and your belief in your subconscious mind is going to produce in your life what you believe. Not what you're saying, what you believe. People think they'll see it when they believe it, but it's wrong. You'll believe it when you see it. I'm sorry. People think they will believe it when they see it, but that's wrong. You will see it once you believe it. You got it backwards. You have to believe first. So the reason why we feel like so many things are outside of our reach is because inside of us it's outside of our reach. Do y'all get it? If you say, I want a loving, nurturing relationship, however, deep down inside you don't believe it, and you say, it'll never be me, and you see couples on Instagram, and you look at them, you're like, oh, you see a Facebook wedding, and you're like, oh, and you're just looking at all these things, you're like, wow, that's so great they have that. Why do we glorify other people's lives? And why do we minimize our own? And why do we think everybody else is so happy and everybody else is so wonderful? And again, your mindset keeps your goals from you because you say, oh, that's nice for them. You really believe it. So your subconscious mind is so powerful that your subconscious mind say, that's not for Alicia. No, that's not for her. That's not for Monifa. That's not for Monifa. She doesn't believe it. And Monifa is so powerful that she can manifest whatever she desires. But because her energy and her vibration and magnetizing towards her is that it's not for her, then I can't bring it to her because she's powerful. And she said it's not for her, so I can't bring it to her. So here are the strategies, Cheryl. How do we bring it to us? We want the money. We want the nurturing relationship. We want the beautiful things. We want to serve. We want to be paid for our service. Let's keep it real. When we meet people who are poor, in lack, in poverty, and people who are rich, the rich people say it's better. I'm just telling you. I know we've been taught, we're going to be a martyr, and we go to church, and we don't lift ourselves up, and we don't get money, and look, money is up there with oxygen. You need it for everything. I love my father. I think the nursing home knows I love my father, but if that bill ain't paid, he's not going to be able to be there. Love doesn't pay the bills. I'm sorry. It would be nice if it did. Then that would be so nice, right? But what if we knew that we attract to ourselves what our subconscious mind believes? Wouldn't you just go to work, Cheryl, on your subconscious mind? Vaughn, my brother, what if we knew that we attract to ourselves what our subconscious mind believes? Wouldn't we work on our subconscious mind? Wouldn't we steal away for at least 5 minutes? Wouldn't we journal? Wouldn't we document? Wouldn't we educate ourselves? Yes, Cheryl. Wouldn't we educate ourselves on the things that's going to make our subconscious mind stronger? On the things that's going to make us more intentional? If we know we have the power inside of us to transform lives, we know we have the power inside of us to transform our bank account, to transform our business, to transform our relationships, to transform anything in our life, because we know that deep down inside, wouldn't we work on our subconscious mind? But see, the challenge is that we sabotage ourselves, Crystal. We do, sis. We sabotage ourselves. We tell ourselves one thing, and it's a little bit delusional. Come on, I'm a psychologist now. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about me. They say when you pointing at somebody, you pointing 4 fingers back at yourself. I'm talking about me. We become so delusional. I am wealthy. I am wise. I am rich. I am healthy. But then we'll be like, oh my God, I ain't never going to lose the weight. Oh my God, I ain't never going to get to the rank. I ain't never going to get the money. That's your real affirmation. That's your real affirmation. So let us stop being delusional and tap into the power of our subconscious mind, which just blasts out a mirror in our face in our lives. Look at your life. This is some valuable information. If you don't like your sofa, you made that happen. You made your car happen. Well, I drive a Toyota, but I really want a Bentley. Then that means your subconscious mind is at a Toyota level. So instead of being jealous of the person that has a Rolls Royce, why don't you get your subconscious mind to the Bentley level? Why don't you get your subconscious mind to the G-Wagon level? And I'm not talking about material things. See, a lot of people get wealth mixed up. They think it's, oh, I have this house, I have this car, I have this money in the bank. It is an addition, a compilation of who you are. You better get excited about that. And if your subconscious mind is always at the frequency of lack and poverty, that is what you will attract into your life. And if your subconscious mind is always at the frequency of a low vibrating frequency of I will never have enough, I will never get the right man, I will never get the right woman, I will never ever tap into the power of who I am, I will never walk in my purpose and my destiny. I've been hurt as a little girl. They beat me. They were violent to me. I was assaulted in many ways. I was bullied. I will never be able to have nice things. That's your affirmation. And when are you going to be sick and tired of confessing the things that you don't want, that you keep attracting to yourself? Once we realize how powerful we are, we're going to steal away. Once we realize how powerful we really, really, really are, Brooke, we will steal away. We will be like, I have to take myself on a journey with myself within. Because my sister Gwen, if we don't go within, we will go without. Everything that you see in your outside world, it's a reflection. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to put all of our goals on a pedestal. What we don't want to do is we don't want to say, well, this is outside of me. I will never attain this. I will never reach this. We don't never want to say that because we feel that. Yes, we must be sick and tired, my dear sister. See, what I want you to do is to be able to relate to your vision. I don't want you to make your vision so big that you don't even believe it. Like, start baby steps. I'm serious, man. Start baby steps so you can start accomplishing something. You can start trusting yourself, and then you can believe bigger, faster. And I'm not saying don't think big, because it takes the same amount of energy to think big as it does to think small. I'm big on thinking big. I'm not saying that. But I also am saying don't make your goal so big so that your vibrational energy does not attach to it. My dear sister Pam, your vibrational energy will think it's too much for you. It will think it's out of your reach, and it will never go for it because you're already defeated before you started, because you told yourself you could never do it. So because you've already tricked yourself out of your own spot, you trick yourself out of your own spot by your own mindset of telling yourself, I can never. It sounds good to be wealthy, to have $1 million. It sounds good to drive a Bentley. It sounds good to live in a 5-bedroom mansion. It sounds good, but by golly gosh, I think like a slave. I think size never has that, Massa. Massa, I think I'll never be able to accumulate that, Massa, not in this lifetime. That's what we do. We become a slave to our own minds. We become a slave to our own thoughts. And the true affirmation is the one you truly believe deep down inside. So work on it. You're worth it, okay? If nobody told you you're enough, if nobody told you you are worth it, work on it. I don't care if you sit down every day for 5 minutes and you say, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. When I had negative thinking, Alicia, I wrote it 100 times like I punished myself. Pam, I got a journal and I wrote it down. I am at my perfect body weight. I wrote it 100 times. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe I could attain to change my body. I didn't believe I could sculpt my body when I was 350 pounds, which is, wow, oh my God, 100, 250, 50 minus, that's 100, oh my God, that's 170 pounds ago, oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Woo, I'm about to cry. I never added it up. When I was at that weight, I wrote down, I am at my perfect body weight 100 times a day. It was a part of my journal, but I knew I didn't believe it. I knew I didn't believe it. I knew my subconscious mind couldn't identify it. I only knew how to be big. I only knew how to wear size, oh my God, when I got to size 32 in the plus size store, I got to size 32 in the plus size store. And they didn't have, when I realized they didn't have a bigger size, that I would have to wear men's clothes size 5X, I said, this is ridiculous at this point. This is absolutely ridiculous at this point. But I knew within myself, Pam, I didn't believe it. So I wrote it down 100 times. I wrote it and I wrote it and I wrote it. Alicia, listen, it became a part of me. I started to believe it. I started to seek out ways to eat healthier, to change my body, to change my mindset. But when I didn't believe it was me, I couldn't do it. I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped, and I sabotaged myself. It's not about weight. Listen to me. This is about your mindset. This is about you not tricking yourself out of your spot because you are telling yourself, don't even try to do it. You know you can't do it, Alicia. You know Monifa could do it. You know Sheila could do it, but Alicia, you cannot tell me we don't think that way. Let me talk about myself. Well, you know Rashida could do it. You know Courtney and Britt could do it, but me? Oh no. Oh, are you crazy? You think I'm going to trick myself out of my own spot? Through my own mental sabotage, I'm not going to do it. I'll tell myself every day, I'm amazing, I'm phenomenal. I will tell myself every day I start going into my mind and belittling myself and degrading myself. I'll be like, switch it off, turn it around. No, we're not doing that. And guess what? I'll say it over and over and over and over again till I believe it, Mom. I'll just keep saying it till I believe it. Nobody has to tell me I am wise, I'm wealthy, I'm great. Nobody has to tell me. I need to believe it so that I can draw it to myself. I don't care how much I want for my children. I don't care what greatness I want for them. I can't attract it to them. They have to do it for themselves. I can teach them, I can train them, but I cannot go inside their mind and change their mindset. You have to change your mindset and be an example to others through your life of abundance. That's the only way they're going to know that it really works, through your life of abundance. That's why we have to be consistent, and that's why I like simplicity. I don't know about you. Overcomplicated, it messes my head up. I need it simple, right? So what we're not going to do is we are not going to vibrationally push things out of our reach. We're going to relate to our vision. Our vision is going to be a part of who we are. We are going to see it as a very natural thing. Alicia, it is not unnatural for you to purchase your home and to be a multi-millionaire. It is not unnatural. Pam, it is not unnatural for anything within your reach that you desire to attain through business. It is not unnatural. We have to become so one with it that it becomes natural. I started to believe, I can tell you right now, unequivocally, I can tell you right now, I am the world's greatest philanthropist that ever lived. I will give away 90% of my income to support multiple programs for people worldwide. I can tell you that unequivocally. I had no doubt in my mind. The manifestation is coming. Wait for it. I know what I was born to do. I will not be shaken by signs of lack or poverty. I will not be shaken by people in my circle who don't believe. I'm just going to shut you out so I don't hear that foolishness anymore. I know without a shadow of a doubt who I am, and I know where I'm going. Let me tell you why, Alicia, because I practice it every day. I sit still. And I don't need social media to tell me. I don't need friends, business partners. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I tell myself. Till I believe it. Until I vibrate that frequency so that it's mirrored into my life. It becomes like a magnifier, and like a magnet, and I bring it to myself. So guys, if you really, truly, really want to fall in love with yourself and know the keys to self-love, and you really, truly, really are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you really, truly, really, really, truly, really want to tap into the power within so it can match your outside world. If there's lacking poverty on the outside, it's lacking poverty on the inside. If it's broken relationships on the outside, it's broken relationships on the inside. I'm just telling you. Look at your house. I ain't there. You look at your house. Chaos and confusion, that's what's on the inside. Organization and structure, that's what's on the inside. Just as without, so within. It's just the way life works. You can be mad at it. You can buck against it, or you can flow like water and say, okay, I'm living in chaos and confusion. That's a part of what's going on in here. Let's eliminate that so I can also eliminate that on the outside. You're way more powerful than you think. You're a warrior. You're a magician. But don't forget, we don't retreat. We reload. A setback is just a setup for a comeback, baby. So as we close today, I want you guys to know that I am definitely, my prayer is that God will continue to shine his face upon you. He'll just continue to be gracious to you. Whether you know it or not, he's being gracious to you right now. He'll continue to be gracious to you and grant you peace. This peace that I have, this happiness and this joy, the world didn't give it to me and the world can't take it away. And I'm so excited that, happiness is a choice. But I'm even more excited that I finally choose it, okay? We forgive ourselves for believing that we should have done better when we didn't know how. And we also forgive others for the same. We are open and ready for things to start going our way. We are asking to receive a message in this physical world today that is a reflection of that. We're open and ready to receive that message. Whatever we wants us. It's already done. It's already done. We already have it. It's already ours. I love each and every one of you, and my prayer is that you will understand the true affirmations of your life are the ones that you think of yourself in the midnight hour, in the quiet hour, the thoughts that you have going through your mind when people compliment you and you're degrading yourself. Those are the true affirmations. Let's raise our level of vibrations. Let's raise our frequency. Let's upgrade ourselves today. Let's only allow positive thoughts. Let's only allow elevated thinking for ourselves. We deserve the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Monday through Friday, live